the range of the sine function is more interesting. So for range, what we're looking at is, regardless of the input, what are the possible output values for the function? What comes out of the function? For example, if we plug in 20 degrees, what number comes out? Okay, so we get 0.342. And really that's irrelevant. 20 degrees I just picked, but you could pick any angle number. Let's say we did 67 degrees. What's the output? So what we want to know is, what are all the possible output values? Now if you look at the circle, we're trying to measure height values. Height is our output. So what are the possible height values you can get out? Can you get out 0? Sure. If we plug in 0 degrees, our angle is nothing. And so 0 comes back out. Likewise, if we plug in 360 degrees, we'll get that same value of 0 out. Or we could also plug in 180 degrees. In fact, there's an infinite amount of values that you can plug in there. What's the highest value we can get out? Well, the largest value we can get out is when we plug in 90 degrees. That's the highest point that we can have a height for. And the height is 1. Now, students often think that the lowest value you can have is 0, but be careful, because remember, this runs down to the negatives. So what's the least value that I can get out? Well, if I go to negative 90 degrees or 270 degrees, I can have a height value of negative 1. And in fact, I can get any value between negative 1 and positive 1 out. So my range are all the values between negative 1 and 1. And it's not possible to get a height value of, let's say, 1.5 or 2 out. There is no way that I can make an angle set up on the unit circle so that its intersection with the unit circle has a height of 2, because the unit circle only goes out to a length of 1. So our range again is from negative 1 to positive 1, and we want to include negative 1 and positive 1. That's why we're using the brackets.